Oh my God. ICE buses 225 people during a sweep. A 6-day raid in New York City, right here, New York City. Wow. I live in New York City and I didn't even know what this was going on. So let's go ahead and read before we take a peek at the videos going on. So in federal immigration officials arrested 225 people in a sweeping day raid in the 5 boroughs, which that's New York. The whole New York is Brooklyn, Manhattan, Harlem, Queens, and which one am I missing? Okay, so we got Manhattan, Brooklyn, Bronx. Okay, we got Harlem, and Queens. There you go. So that's the 5 boroughs. Now it says here, and surrounding counties, officials said. So that means that it's around the surrounding areas like upstate New York. Maybe that's what they're talking about. So, anyway, to keep reading, Operation Keep Safe, as the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency called it, netted 163 people in the city between April 9th through April 14th. 45 of whom had no standing criminal issues. So they had no criminal issues. They never had a ticket or nothing. But these immigrants were doing this. And so we're going to go ahead and keep reading. ICE officials said that 180 of those arrested were convicted criminals or had criminal charges pending against them, but refused to release their names. Those people now face deportation. The feds grossed that the city refused to cooperate in the arrest, claiming that it only increased the amount of people arrested who posed no public safety threat. So here you get a picture of ICE officers detained an undocumented immigrant in Brooklyn on April 9th. And you know, guys, it's so funny because I live in Brooklyn and Bushwick. So, I mean, I live a little bit further than that. But to me, it's a car service. It looks maybe next door to the car service. Yeah, so it's like so crazy because you live in the city. You know, you could be minding your business, doing your thing. Like, you see me, I be going through my thing. And, you know, I'm like, wow. Right under my nose. I mean, I passed this place yesterday. The way I rode my bike. Yeah, and this was happening. So, basically, you never know what's going on. Anyway, Mayor de Blasio has declared New York to be a sanctuary city, which will not hold nonviolent inmates with detention orders or request immigration status before offering social services. ICE continues to face significant obstacles with policies. Let me read that over again. ICE continue to face significant obstacles with policies created by local officials which hinder cooperation between ICE and the local law enforcement. Yet, the tireless effort of the men and women of ICE, this operation was a great success. Good. I'm glad. Because not only they need to take drugs out the street and all that, you know what I'm saying, but we gotta like look out for the kids. And I mean, come on, real. I bet you that they won't do it in their own country, because if they did it in their own country, the punishment would be so severe that that's why they come here and do this. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, back to reading. The fact is that a so-called sanctuary city does not only provide refuge to those who are here against immigration law, but also provides protections for criminal aliens who prey on people in their own community by committing crimes at all levels. So here we go. This is our Mayor de Blasio. He declared the New York City a sanctuary city. He's been all right, you know what I mean? I mean, he does the best he can. And there's an image of him, Mayor de Blasio. Okay, so the city does detain incarcerated people for federal officials if they fall under one of 180 categories, including national security risk and those convicted of serious crimes within the last 5 years. New York City will work with federal partners in the interest of public safety, but not to be an arm of immigration enforcement. Okay, so basically if they don't have like a charge, a big charge, whatever, they'll leave them here and I don't know, I guess work with them or whatever it is. But not to be an arm of immigration enforcement, said Rosemary Bogilan, spokeswoman for the mayor's office of immigrant affairs. The feds said that more than 60 of the people arrested were transferred into federal custody via this type of detainer. So they went right away, boom, 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 boom. They was not playing with the people that already pending charges, criminal charges, already had a charge, and then like did this. Now you got to go. So now right here, what you got is ICE. And during the 6-day operation Keep Safe raid they had, I mean, they're real slick. You know, when they're going to do something, they do it. I say that the people without criminal problems who were nabbed, which they call collateral arrests, were a byproduct of the city's non-cooperation. ICE has no choice but to continue to conduct at-large arrests in local neighborhoods and work sites, which will inevitably result in additional collateral arrests instead of focusing on arrests at jails and prisons where transfers are safer for ICE officers and the community. The agency said immigration advocates counter that the people were more aggressive deportation enforcement under any safer and often rips hardworking families apart. So basically they are hitting them hard. They're just going to take their stuff and deport them, and it's going to become the city's collateral. Well, you know, New York is about money. I'm so sorry. So if you got a business and stuff like that, I recommend you don't risk your family. Don't risk your business. Just do what you need to do legally. And you know what? You'll get far. Now, the recent ICE raids are a clear illustration on the ongoing and escalating attack hard on communities by the Trump administration. Yaziri Tuvar, spokeswoman for Make the Road New York. Make no mistake, this is about tearing apart families who have lived here for many years in no regret for their deep ties to our community and enormous contribution to the New York City states. And if you could read the lines, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to go ahead up here, and we're going to go and look at this video together. And, you know, I might stop it. Oh, man. I might stop it and talk about it in a few parts or whatever. Just because it just needs to get out. All right? So, we're going to go ahead and do this right here. If I didn't lose it. And I hate that this always happens, you know. So we're going to go ahead and look for it and see where is it at. Yeah, well, I guess I don't have it yet. I don't know. Alright.